In El Paso and Dayton, 32 people were murdered in cold blood. 2 of the victims in the El Paso Walmart were killed shielding their 3 young children from gunfire.
The scourge of gun violence, though, isn't limited to just mass shootings.
In just the first week of August, 284 people were murdered by gunfire, according to the Gun Violence Archive.
In Texas, one of the most gun-friendly states in the country, the killer was surrounded by law-abiding gun owners.
He was still able to take 22 lives before being apprehended by law enforcement.
The good guy with the gun simply isn't enough.
In Dayton, the shooter was engaged and killed by law enforcement in less than a minute.
But because of the gun used, he had already inflicted indescribable horror.
There is no defense against a weapon this lethal. The only option is to keep them out of the hands of those who would do harm.
Thankfully, some states have taken it upon themselves to do just that.
Numerous studies have shown that stronger gun laws mean not only fewer mass shootings, but fewer firearms deaths in general.
We have a right to feel safe, and universal background checks, red flag laws, limits on magazine capacity, and bans on the most destructive firearms
Are all actions Congress and the president can take.
In Connecticut, Democrats and Republicans took action after Sandy Hook to make our communities safer. And it worked.
But guns cross state lines. We need federal action.
Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws in the country, but the carnage continues. Why? Because 60% of crime guns come from outside of Illinois.
So what can you do? Join one of the groups in the Post and go to a meeting.
Pick a Senate race in a competitive state and volunteer.
Volunteer in a presidential swing state.
And above all, don't give up. We won't.
We won't.
We won't.
We won't.